Good morning, good morning from sunny Berlin. Um, we're having a blast here, to be quite honest with you. We're going to be heading home today. I'm going to be trying to read your comments. It's not easy on this phone. I don't know why there's so much black borders around the camera here. I've tried to change it, but you see, I'm outside the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin, and I'm just reacting to what I saw yesterday and the news that we saw yesterday with Staveley taking control. I actually was we sorted something out for a kid here to be a mascot yesterday, and he did. Big shout out to George who sorted it out in the ticket office. Thank you so much for that. And he done that yesterday. So when we went round to a friend of mine's kid, when we were out to collect him, there was some people. There was Jeroboam was one of them, and they was telling us about the statement that had just come out about Staveley buying the club. They was they was quite shocked themselves, to be quite honest with you. But um, yeah, I haven't seen much of it. I hadn't seen it at the time, and they said to me, "Go and read it." It doesn't look good, to be quite honest with you. Now, I don't know whether Staveley's going to be the one. We spoke about this yesterday on Friday night pint. Um, uh, who knows if it's good or bad? You know, the threat of withdrawing transfer funds is not great, seeing as we're selling people and we haven't got anybody in yet. There's a 60-day waiting period. So if we have to wait if Staveley wants to take full control of the club, we have to wait 60 days for us to be able to invest any money. We've got to do, I suppose they've got to do proper tests. I don't know. I don't know the situation. I'm going to have to wait till I get home to at least have a look at it, you know. So, yeah, it's weird, very strange time at the football club at the minute. And after what I saw yesterday, it weren't great. It weren't great at all. You know, the fence looks okay. You know, we definitely need more in. You know, Kilman and Mavropanos. You know what you're going to get from Mavropanos all day long. But in terms of Kilman looked better. But then again, you know, what do we do if we get an injury? I don't know. I ain't got a clue. You know, the midfield looks weak as shit. If I'm honest, the games come thick and fast. You need a good squad in there, and we've got nobody there. We've got no one. Just people gathering around here. Um, hello, uh, but yeah, there's people gathering around with centre. You might get a few people waving, but you know, in terms of the midfield, who starts? I couldn't even tell you who starts in the midfield next week. You know, so it's not great at the moment. You know, the season starts next week. We've had so much nonsense. Listen, I think we've got enough in attack, and I think we've got enough in defence to get us through at least the first couple of months. But we need to get people in. We need to get backups in. We need to get people that are used to this division. We need to get people that are, you know, veterans and um, people that know how to play in this league. And I always said this. I think we've got the talent. I don't think we've got the squad with the bollocks, if I'm honest. Which is worrying because there's some tough games in the championship. It's not an easy start either. You know, when we go to the likes of Burnley at the start, Premier League, they've kept a lot of their players. You know, the teams that have come down. You know, the likes of Wolves. Obviously, I know Wolves inside out. My company sponsor Wolves, and they're doing good stuff there. Kieran Trippier in. Congrats on 88k subs. Thanks, mate. We're heading towards that 100k. But yeah, when you look at this Real Jimenez and Kieran Trippier, people that are, that are experienced and, that we know Real Jimenez is going to score goals. We know Kieran Trippier is going to be solid, but,
Okay.
what we haven't done anything. We've only got rid of people. And the news with Potts going yesterday was a shock. It's quite shocking, to be quite honest with you. I'm worried about what I'm seeing because we don't look ready for the season. with this news yesterday with the takeover. Fuck knows what Kretinsky's been doing. I have got no clue on what Kretinsky's been doing all of this time. You know, dwindling on the shares, and then as soon as Staley took control and she took advantage, she will become the majority shareholder if she buys the gold shares, which she has. Now, if she bids for the Sullivan shares, she will be the owner. Um, and we already thought that was, that was Kretinsky was the owner. I ain't got a clue what's going on. I don't think anybody's got a clue what's going on. You know, we've all been fed different shit. Um, and somebody said there, what's Nuno been working on pre-season? I think he can only work on what he's got. You know, there's rumours again that Wan-Bissaka refused to play yesterday, and the likes of Fulkrug's refusing to play, and Alvarez refusing to play, as well as Jean-Claire Todibo. If that's the case, they need to go. They all need to go. And what can you work on if you've got something in plan, and you've got players there that are all getting paid, they're all on decent money, and they're refusing to come to work. His hands are tied a little bit in terms of work. And now, I don't know who made the decision on Potts. Am I a bit worried about Potts? I thought he would have done a decent job. And when you think about how weak our defence is in, our midfield is in, it doesn't make any sense. The only sense that can make is money. Has he put the money in? Has Sullivan's shares been diluted? Well, I don't think anybody knows at the moment. It's madness to think. It's madness what's going on at the football club at the minute. I'll try and take some of your comments in a second, if I can do it. But it's an odd one. It's really, really odd what's going on at this football club at the minute. Will it all sort itself out? I'm sure it will. But we've gone from one disastrous Boardroom to, it seems like within a couple of weeks, from positive back to negative again, because it seems like people in the ballroom at the moment. I mean, even if she doesn't take all the shares, how the fuck are they going to work together? I don't know. It's a worrying time. We thought this was all going to be getting sorted now, and it just goes to show that nobody knows what the fuck's going on. To be quite honest with you, nobody's got a clue, and it's I know. Listen, I don't think in the nose are a particularly good thing when it comes to football clubs, but the lack of knowledge is quite unsettling, to be honest, at the moment. So, yeah. Apart from that, the game. What about the game? Load of shite. Shoved in a nice ground, nice people, beautiful city, as well as this city is lovely, Berlin. But in terms of the game, the quality of the game, shite. They were shite. We were shite. It was all shite, to be honest. People saying when Yeri on loan, take anyone at the minute. Take anyone. I think I've taken what's his name? Carno, Nwanku Carno on loan at the minute, because we've got nobody. Listen, as I said before, I think we've got talented boys who will do all right. Who will do all right there in the first couple of games, but you can't rely on them all season. And when it comes down to pure bollocks, I don't think we've got it. I don't think we've got it. But there we go. I'll try and take some of your comments. If I can click them up, otherwise we're just going to end it. See, it covers everything up. Christopher Hinton says, I will take Wanyeri on loan. Yeah, and that's about the only one I fucking do at the minute. Useless phones. Paul Houston says, good afternoon, Nicky in chat. Good afternoon, Paul. Is it afternoon where you are? Is it still morning? What's the time, Dom?
10 to 1.
10 to 1. So it's about 10 to 12 at home. So afternoon, mate. Yeah, look. Who said when you're on loan is if he's not linked with Dortmund and type clubs, you stay on loan your clubs? I agree, mate. I agree. If he's going to go to, oh, there we go. I can read them, but I can't. I normally put them up on the thingy. Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Dad's our job. Hi, Nicky. Hope he's all as well. Thanks for retweeting my post about Potts. No problem, mate. Who said Ranieri alone if he's not linked to Dortmund type clubs on loan stay deluded? It's not possible, I don't think. Don't think they'd want to send him down there. I think he's too good for that. Never wanted Nuno, but unfortunately got to back him for fuck's sake, says Matt Rainey. Yeah, we have to back him. Peter Chelsea says shopping at Temu. I don't think we're shopping at Temu at the minute. We're not shopping anywhere. But yeah, what do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm going to go. Enjoy the rest of my day in Berlin. Just have a little think about things on the flight on the way home, and we'll be gearing up towards the start of the season, believe it or not. But I'm sure we're going to be looking at this news all week about Stavely, Kretinsky, all of this stuff, as well as coming up towards the Potsy news, the start of the season. And obviously, if the Pots things happen, we'll be talking about that as well. But yeah, guys, if you haven't already, go and check out the Academy of Football podcast. I was on there this week. Quite an in-depth chat on that this week. Quite an interesting chat. I love Kev. Go and support what he does because he's fantastic, and you'll learn a little bit about me if you've just come around, because we have been doing this for 10 years. We're coming up towards 100,000 subscribers. Now, I'm going to say this right now. When we're at 90, we're going to start a countdown. If you are 100,000 subscriber or below, you will win. We're going to give away a big prize when we get to 100,000, a massive prize. So if you know anyone, keep on subscribing, because everyone's going to go in a draw. When we get that 100,000, we're going to do something big. You know, we might even have a little party or something. So, yeah, get us towards that 100K. Listen, the season might be grim at the moment, but, you know, there could be a personal pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But there we go. Thank you very much for joining me. One thing left for me to say. Out on your eyes. See what I mean. See what I mean.